Hello, 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 namaste. Welcome back to my channel, my Witchlings. And if it's your first time here, welcome. I am Da, your favorite yoga witch, spreading kindness and love, living a magical life through yoga. How are you guys doing today? It's it's late. I'm thinking Star Pause meant last week. Yay for the last week of school. Yes. Oh, I have both been that kid that asked my mom if we really had to go home on the last day of school, and that kid who was so incredibly happy for the last day of school. All right, so let's take a sip of coffee here. Oh, coffee is good. There we go. My finger's gotten a little bigger than the ring. All right. We have a birthday today. I'm happy. I'm a happy camper. All right. Today is my cousin's birthday. I have been lucky enough to get to spend some time with her lately, and I absolutely cannot wait to see her again soon. Amy, I hope you have an amazing birthday. And then, we are going to be lighting our candle for the victims of the Texas floods. May their crossings have been peaceful. And for those who are struggling in the darkness that is our society today, we hope to be a beacon of light and peace. And with the lighting of our candle, our circle is closed, and we ask the ancestors be with us, blessing this space as we seek our guidance from the universe today. All right, y'all. Here we goes. And apparently, let's see. Okay. There we go. Hello, all. Chitty's birthday. Cool. Happy birthday to Chitty. Yes. Happy campers. Well, hello, Caleb. Cable. Hello, Caleb. There is a character named Caleb in one of my favorite book series. The kids kind of got me turned on to that one. I read the grown-up version of it. So yeah, Caleb is quite the warrior in this series. If you like vampires and that sort, the series is The Chronicles of Nick. It is the young adult series by Sherilyn Kenyon. She is working on changing her last name. The grown-up version is The Dark Hunters. Same people, same universe, just toned down a little bit. All right, so what are today's holidays? So, we have some fun holidays. One of them is one of my favorites. We are celebrating Barbershop Music Appreciation Day, Embrace Your Geekiness Day, Fool's Paradise Day, and we have an honorable mention of Beans and Franks Day. All right. Barbershop Music Appreciation Day. As a musician, my heart sings with the absolutely amazing close harmonies of barbershop. Can we celebrate this classic art form today that proves the magic of voices united in song? Find yourself a quartet and let the ringing chords lift your spirit. If you can't find a group to sing with, might I recommend Pentatonics, Boys to Men, and Voice Play. Just saying. Boys to Men actually started out as essentially a barbershop quartet. Next, it is Embrace Your Geekiness Day. Our family's geek flag flies high with pride today. From D&D to Lord of the Rings and Star Trek marathons, we celebrate the stories that shape us. Embrace what you love, whether it's urban fantasy novels or deep diving into that lore. Your passion is your power. I am such a geek. Fool's Paradise Day. May we all find a blissful escape in the worlds of our own making. A momentary retreat from reality can be a very powerful tool for self-preservation and joy. What does your personal paradise look like? And then finally, our honorable mention goes to Spawn's favorite obscure holiday because it celebrates his favorite meal. It's Beans and Frank's Day. And tell you what, I know what we are having for dinner tonight. Good thing I keep those fixings in the house. All right, so let's see what everybody out here has to say. I would love to roll dice on the TARDIS. That would be so much fun. Oh, I see someone being a
Hasta la vista,
douche canoe
baby.
in my chat about gender. I'm going to venture a guess that they are already all at least in timeout, if not completely banned. But I will say this. We don't play around when it comes to trans and non-binary people. I have too many loved ones who fall under that umbrella. I won't take shit about my family. All right. Moving on. Shall we chit-chat? Ah! I did something. I am wearing my torrid kitty cat shirt today because it is hot AF here, and this is a nice lightweight t-shirt. I figured y'all wouldn't want me to sit here in just my sports bra. I am also pretty much dressed. I am also pretty much dressed for recording yoga later this afternoon. I'm so excited I get to start doing that again. Whoop, whoop, whoop. I will see if Raven wants... Let's see what Raven has as a definition. Oh, they wouldn't have an issue with me in my sports bra because I do yoga on YouTube in my sports bra all the time. It's just basically a crop top. I actually have a crop top that is, a little bit wider than my sports bras. Okay. I have to scream from the rooftops. We have been accepted as vendors, i.e. card readers, for the Pacific Northwest Witches Market Llamas Festival. Yay! It will be on Sunday, August 3rd at Marina Park in Kirkland. If you are local, come on down and say hi. It is an amazing free event. It is family friendly. It is pet friendly. It is everyone friendly. This is a safe space for all. So come on down, get some witchy stuff, get your cards read. I always have a blast when I go to one of their events, whether vending or just attending. And that was rhyming, and I didn't even try. Okay. Oh. Well, I see Raven hasn't answered Star Paws yet. So let me take a sip and I'll answer your question, sweetheart. Ah, there we go. There's Raven's answer. Good timing. Yep. Two-Spirit is someone who the outside doesn't match the inside. That's my best way. The outside doesn't match the inside is a really good way to explain trans people to children. I read somewhere, God, I wish I could remember where I read this, but, this child had an aunt, I think it was mom's best friend or something, but this was their aunt, who was an artist and was trans. And, when the kid found out, they asked Mom, well, what does that mean? Well, Auntie was born as a boy and got really, really upset about it and was really, really sad and really mad. And now she takes medicine so her outside looks like her inside, and she's much happier and calmer now. I mean, come on, y'all. That is a beautiful, beautiful way to describe it. Your outsides just aren't matching what's on the inside right now. But I'm weird. The man behind the curtain is saying he questions, and I'm simply going to say that is what I read. She was sad and kind of mad, and because and I'm learning this. I'm I am learning though that part of a trans woman that I know's rages when they were younger, part of that was the fact that the outside did not match the inside and they were that frustrated by it. And I can imagine that frustration. I am not trans. I will start with this. However, I did have a parent who very much preferred the boys over the girl. And I remember crying myself to sleep many a night, wishing I could be a boy so they would love me. And I cannot imagine not ever outgrowing that. Or knowing that, I'm in this body, but I'm really a boy inside. I cannot fathom how not only devastating, but frustrating it would be. You and the Munchkin. My middle child is also non-binary and on T. I know I can say this because, they're very open about it. But they have said since they started on the T, their mental health has improved immensely. And I love hearing that. Hey, Sherry. Yep. Well, Star Paws, as I've said, I'm the youngest of four, the only girl. I got a lot of my older brother's hand-me-downs, and I was such a tomboy as a kid. So a lot of that though was the fact that my parent preferred the boys over me. Where did it go? Yeah, and really, I dropped a necklace. Really, the only playmates I had at the time were my older brothers. So, hello, Chiku. My mother used to say that men's jeans were more comfortable than women's jeans, but I have always disagreed there. When it comes to, depends on your shape. He is correct. The man behind the curtain says. Men's shirts. I'm great with men's shirts. I know women or AFAB people who will wear men's boxer briefs, claiming they're more comfortable. I live in leggings. So if I were dressing like a man, I would be dressing like a man from Shakespeare's time, I guess. I'm not a huge skirt and dress person most of the time, but I have to admit, that is mostly because of chub rub. So my thighs definitely don't have a thigh gap, have not since I was a very young child. Because, well, puberty came and slapped me upside the head. I lost enough of the baby fat to join the military. Came home with some of the that the military caused. And now I have taken medications that the number one side effect is may cause weight gain. I just saw Pickle. A dear friend of mine who passed away a few years back, his senior year of high school, the senior boys did that scene for the senior boys act for our big talent show in May. And I read that and I just saw him doing the tights. I miss my friends. Oh no! Raven lost #1 fan status. Who got it? The Raven's #2. Oh, I'm so not going to go there. Brain, you're evil. So for those of you who are new here and are not, normal people hanging out with us, Sundays I call my coffee and cues. There it is. Sunday is coffee and cues, where we just kind of sit here, chit chat, bullshit, and do this type of stuff. All I can think when you say whoop, there it is sprinkles. And my darling little brother. Y'all are great. Yes, it is. Oh, Raven's now down to number 3. Oh, noes. Oh, I love my friends and family here. Sprinkles. Have you guys, speaking of whoop, there it is, leading to sprinkles, have you guys seen the freaking commercial with the band that does whoop, there it is, basically narrating a woman making her sundae? I can't even remember who the Tag Team. Tag Team is the group, and they're narrating to the tune of whoop, there it is, the woman making her sundae. Reiki, huh? Wesley. Oh my lord. Wesley Crusher. Wesley is is Carrie Elwes in Princess Bride, and it's Riker. And apparently Raven's phone is not liking them today. Crushing it. Where is she? Where is she? I hid her from myself. I was smart. I have the Beverly Crusher Hallmark ornament from this last Christmas. So yes, I have her. And one of my first, actually nope, I have gotten to meet Will Wheaton. The man is amazing. He is so kind and so nice. So yeah, I've gotten to meet Frakes too. And Brent Spiner, who was Data. This is one of my favorite stories to tell because it was hilarious at the time. Munchkin absolutely adored Data when they were a kid. So when he was at Emerald City Comic Con, I made sure to take the kids down to meet him. And we're standing there chit-chatting with him. Mind you, there are signs all over the place saying no candid cell phone pictures, no candid shots, no candid shots. So the kids and I are standing here talking to Brent Spiner. Frakes is over here next to him. And there's people coming up to Frakes. And apparently the people who came up to him while we were there wanted a candid shot of Frakes and Spiner. So we're having a conversation, and I hear over here all of a sudden, no, we're not allowed to take candid pictures. Not allowed to, as he is standing up and very loudly saying, no, we can't do it. We're not allowed to do it. And then he turns to me, sticks his hand out, says, "Hi, I'm Tony. Nice to meet you. Sorry to interrupt." And then he goes to Brent Spiner and says, "They want a picture of the two of us." Oh, okay. So he stands up. They take the picture, sits back down, and we continue conversing. I got to shake hands with Jonathan Frakes, and I was so gobsmacked that I didn't take the opportunity to tell him that not only am I a fan of his work, his wife is one of my favorite actresses. If you're in the U.S., possibly even globally, I don't know how far it reaches, General Hospital, the couple Luke and Laura. Everybody knew Luke and Laura. Their wedding was like the television event of the 80s. Well, Jonathan Frakes is married to Jeannie Francis. Jeannie Francis plays Laura. So yeah, that was cool. And I'm like, I had the chance. And I didn't take it. Sad day. But yes, that was very fun. That was my very first Comic-Con experience. We got to see him. Got to see James Marsters, Spike from Buffy. Ah, it was great. It couldn't have been the early 90s because my sister-in-law skipped school to watch the wedding, and she graduated in 90 because brother graduated 88. She was 2 years behind him. So it was like, might have been 89. Hey Google, when did Luke and Laura get married?
According to Wikipedia, the Free Encyclopedia, the couple wed at the end of the hour-long show which aired on November 16th and 17, 1981. The event was watched by 30 million viewers and remains the highest-rated hour in American soap opera history.
Thank you. Did y'all hear that? The wedding happened in 1981, and it was the biggest television event in soap opera history. That is cool. I love the fact that I didn't have to specify the show. Yeah. I can imagine you watched the wedding. I hadn't gotten into it yet. I watched 2 soaps, and I did not start watching them until late teen years when I had my own TV because the incubator despised soap operas. I started watching The Young and the Restless. Started watching The Young and the Restless because my ex-sister-in-law watched it, and I wanted to be able to talk to her about something. And I watched General Hospital because the youngest of my sister-in-laws watched it, and at one point they had custody of my son, and, you know, he was 6 months old. He's not doing a whole lot of conversing. So I wanted something to chit-chat with my sister-in-law about while I was visiting my son. Not that we didn't have enough to chit-chat about. She and my brother are high school sweethearts. Who knows? But that's how I came to be watching those 2 soaps, and I used to giggle so much when my oldest son was a baby because his 2 hour-long naps, the first one happened at 11 o'clock during The Young and the Restless. The second one happened at 2 o'clock during General Hospital. I got to keep watching my soaps. Because there wasn't any chance I was able to sleep when he did. I wanted to try watching The Bold and the Beautiful because of the crossovers with B&B and Y&R. But I couldn't. Even when my favorite characters from Y&R were on Bold and Beautiful, like Jill and, I think Cricket made a couple of crossovers. I cannot remember if Victor did or not, but I know Jill did. I think Victor's the blonde. She's one of my favorite characters, and I can't remember her name. I can see her face. The actress's name is Melody. Nikki. Victor and Nikki. I think Nikki has made a couple of appearances on Bold and Beautiful. Michael, I know, did. The fact that I'm pulling these names out of my memory after having not watched these shows for like 25 years is impressive. Why does my memory hold on to those sorts of memories instead of the things I need, like, oh, I don't know my freaking password for my email? Oh, that's right. Yes, Jensen was on Days of Our Lives originally. Jensen Ackles is such a good guy from all reports. Really, I loved Supernatural too. I'm impressed Grey's Anatomy is still going, considering what I have heard about the storylines deteriorating. And I was just last night reading about behind-the-scenes feuds that affected on-screen activities. Patrick Dempsey, the reason they got rid of McDreamy is he was, well, being a douche canoe. I am not non-binary. I am cis-bi. Almost said cis-het, and I have not been het in a grip. I have a non-binary child. I have a couple of adopted non-binary children. This is what my brain does. I have trans family. So, yeah. How old were they? It wasn't a decided thing. It was more, we went to Pride and they were exposed to the vocabulary they needed. And they then got the words to describe how they had been feeling for a very long time when they were 13. They came out as non-binary at 13. My trans family members, I'm not sure. One of them has known most of their life, and the other one, I don't know, because I knew them as a very small child, and now I know them in their 30s, and they have come out in that time period that I was not in contact. I do know approximately how long that person has been transitioning, but yeah, that's what a lot of people say, Raven. They know that they're different, but they don't have the vocabulary to explain it until later in life. That's similar to those of us with autism too, especially women, because, well, autism presents slightly differently in women than it does in men. Or because it's just diagnosed more in men and women are told, oh, you have anxiety or this or that. We don't get diagnosed. And I could go on an entire other rant about ADHD and women, but all right, we're going to go play with the cards now. Because they are being interesting. All right, so card number 1, we have the Lovers reversed. The Lovers reversed indicates a separation or possibly even a divorce. You're in a destructive relationship. It might be due to some jealousy or some possessiveness. This is more of a physical relationship and is therefore kind of doomed to fail. Following up with the Knight of Pentacles, who tells us we need to work less. Knight of Pentacles reversed. I'm sure you guys saw that. And the Knight of Pentacles says, or reverse says, please work less. Followed that with the Page of Cups reversed. That one says there are some delays in communication and it is advisable to spend a little more time away from your friends and your colleagues. It's wet. Yep. Okay. All right. So today's tarot cards all together are a stark warning. The Lovers reversed is pointing to serious misalignment and conflict. This is fueled by the stagnation and lack of practical effort seen in the Knight of Pentacles reversed. This results in the blocked intuition and emotional immaturity of the Page of Cups reversed. A conscious choice is needed to break this cycle. All right, so we are making a conscious decision to step back and step away. What do the oracle cards tell us? We start with, okay, there we go. Accept for all it is worth. Next, options are kept open. And finally, never again. So, what do these guys tell us? Well, it's another powerful message. By truly accepting a past lesson for all it is worth, We empower ourselves to keep our options open in the future or for the future. This wisdom allows us to draw a sacred boundary, look back with clarity, and declare with our whole being, never again. This is how we reclaim our power. I can get behind that idea. All right, now, what do all 6 cards together say? Dun, dun, dun. All right. Yummy. Bigfoot. Oh, sorry. I forgot anybody else was watching for a second. Bigfoot is a coffee stand chain here in basically the Seattle metro that has amazing coffee. And one of my absolute favorite things that they have is their Bigfoot Extreme, which is basically a chocolate milkshake with chocolate chips. Sasquatch Tracks, that's right. Sasquatch Tracks has the chocolate chips in it. Bigfoot Extreme does not, but it's coffee, chocolate, and blended into this milkshake thing, and it is so good. I drink it with white coffee, so you know I get a buzz off of it. Woohoo! That's right, they use soft serve milk for it. Oh, it's so good. But, you know, I'm a coffee witch. Sherry might have problems coming up to Llamas because of how far south they are. All right, so all 6 cards together, what are they screaming? A very powerful and complete story that the cards have in store for us. This is a journey from a difficult present to an empowered future, and it requires our full attention. All right. The tarot first lays out a stark challenge. We see significant misalignment and conflict with the lovers reversed. This disharmony is not happening in a vacuum. It is being fueled by the stagnant, stuck in a rut energy of the Knight of Pentacles reversed. There is a refusal to put in the work needed to maintain balance and growth. This results in inaction and the emotional maturity and blocked intuition of the Page of Cups reversed. We feel disconnected from our feelings and our inner knowing because the situation has become so stagnant. Well, that is a heavy combination, but the Oracle immediately jumps in, shows us the path through this blockage, showing us the path through this blockage. The very first step here is to look this difficult truth in the eye and accept it for all it is worth. We must acknowledge the conflict, the lack of effort, and our own emotional state without judgment to reclaim our power. Then, once we have that clear knowledge, we are given the strength to draw a sacred boundary and declare with our full, whole spirit, never again. This is the pivotal moment, the conscious decision to no longer participate in this unhealthy as hell dynamic. And then what happens when we do all of this work? The universe answers us with a beautiful promise. The final message is that by clearing this stagnant energy, our options are now kept open. We move from the trap of the reversed tarot cards to a place of infinite possibility. By accepting the lesson and setting that boundary, we are opening ourselves to new, healthier, and more aligned paths. Ooh, is that a really good reading? What do you guys think? Please give me your opinions. Oh, excuse me. That was attractive, die. And there it goes again. So I'm going to make it worse. I'm drinking Dr. Pepper now. I'm horrible. There you go, Sherry. This is the ad for Llamas. It is up here in Kirkland. If you could make it up, you know you're always welcome to come hang out with us. I would dearly love to actually get to meet you face to face. So, little story about me and Sherry. We have been friends for, oh my God, the better part of 20 years, if not longer. We shared another website that we were both members of, and we hit it off there. We have at different times lived in the same apartment complex, and our paths have somewhat crossed before, but never when we were both there, if that makes sense. We have watched each other's kids grow up, and I adore them and their kids and husband. Can't forget him. But yeah, we have yet to get to meet face to face. Sherry is one of those, the joy of online friends. And when you're, chronically ill, many of us have mostly online friendships. Because, well, it is so difficult to get out and actually do stuff when, you're in so much pain you can't think. I've had days where I'm in so much pain I can't remember my own name. Oh, wait. Maybe it wasn't me. Yes. Raven is one. Raven was, a random chance encounter. It was great. Yep. See, online relationships are great. One of the kids is in two of them are in online long distance relationships. And both of them have gotten to actually physically meet that long distance partner a couple of times. Yeah. We were Raven and I met because Raven was volunteering at the Pacific Northwest Witches Market's Samhain event last year. And it was pouring down rain. I dove into the Pacific Northwest Witches Market booth to get out of the rain, and we started chit-chatting because I was absolutely soaked. And instant connection. It was great. God, I can't believe it's been 20 years, Sherry. But I have to stop and realize your kids are in their 20s. That one's 21 now. When did our kids go and grow up? Huh. All right. It is. Okay. It is 10 after 2. Let us read our Harmony Zen card. And then I got to get packing up so I can go record yoga. Yes, the info tent. All right. Our Zen for the day is the Harmony card that says FML. Trust the process and let go of expectations. Your guides are ready and waiting, standing by to intervene on your behalf. Act in reciprocity with the unseen energies. As you give, so shall you receive. You fit in, you belong. You are a part of this great cycle of existence, a reflection of what is present within and around you. Commit yourself to following your path and doing the great work of discovering who you are. Doesn't that go along with the rest of today's reading? Actually, no, it was not founded by witches. It was actually started with playing cards. So, any playing card game you can do tarot with. Oh, and by the way, not only am I pretty much an expert in tarot these days, I was raised by an expert theologian. So, why thank you, my dears. And the fact that Nope. All right. Well, look at that. My candle is burning wonky. I have Maui's staff in my flame. I know y'all can't see it, but trust me, Maui's staff is hiding in the flame here. And now I'm hearing you're welcome. Great. It's going to be a day. All right, my friends. It is time to open our circle, extending our gratitude to the ancestors who chose to join us here. And here we go. With the extinguishing of our candle, our circle is open. All right, and see, it kind of looks like Maui's staff. That's not the word I want. But yeah. I'm going to watch Moana 2 tonight, I think, once I get back from yoga and stuffs. All right, my loves. That is that. So for those of you who are not already a part of the crew here, and you want to come back for next week's Coffee and Cues, or you want to catch one of my other live streams, do the whole like, share, and subscribe thing. Remember to hit the bell. It'll tell you when I'm going live, and I believe it will tell you when we're posting our shorts. Ha! All right, now let's go out there and touch some grass. Spread love, spread joy, spread kindness, because there's already enough darkness. Can we try to be a beacon of light and hope for those who are stumbling in the dark? Make sure your loved ones, human, scaly, feathered, furry, know that they mean the world to you, because you never know when the last time you'll get to see them is going to be. And trust me, that phone call can be devastating. I actually just got a message the other day. My friend is not gone yet, but they are entering hospice. That is no fun. And on that note, I want to give a big thank you to all of my witchlings who have stayed this long, since you made it this far. Again, like, share, subscribe, hit the bell, and I would be super duper appreciative if you helped us appease the algorithm gods by leaving a comment of around 7 words, at least. All right? Tell me your favorite color and why you love it. Tell me your favorite coffee order and what's so great about it. Or if you really don't want to think, Panic at the Disco has some inspiration with, hey, look, die, I made it, yay! Haha. And then get out there and have a fantabulous, wonderful, kick-ass day filled with magic and joy. And then always, always, always remember, you are loved, you are wanted, you are needed, you genuinely do have a purpose here, even if you haven't figured it out yet. It's all good. I love you guys to bits, and I will see you all tomorrow. Your subscription ensures you never miss a moment of mystical insight, especially if you ring that bell, for a deeper dive into exclusive content, behind-the-scenes glimpses, bonus blog posts, monthly rituals, and my weekly yoga classes. Consider popping over to Patreon and joining the coven there. If you're feeling particularly generous, a virtual coffee is always appreciated. This Gen X witch, raised on 80s vibes, thrives on caffeine and a dash of well-placed sarcasm. Are you seeking personalized guidance? Well, in that case, visit yogawithdyliden.com to schedule a one-on-one yoga session where we can work together to restore balance and alignment to your mind, body, and spirit. I'm honored to craft meaningful rituals and services for all life's milestones. House blessings, cleansings, spiritual life coaching, and personalized tarot and pendulum readings are also available. Check out those offerings at dietheyogawitch.com. Don't miss out on your daily doses of divination. Tune in tomorrow for another episode, Monday through Saturday, same bet time, same bet channel, 1:30 p.m. Pacific time. And there's even more enchantment to weave into your week. Join me for our weekly rituals. Sundays, let's all gather around the cauldron for coffee and cues with Di the Yoga Witch at 1:30 p.m. Pacific time on Sundays. Bring your favorite brew and we'll delve into the mystical and the everyday, answering your questions and sharing the witchy wisdom I've gathered over the last 3 decades. Thursdays, tune into Di the Yoga Witch podcast for a fusion of yoga and witchcraft designed to inspire and uplift. Friday and Saturday evenings at 8:30 p.m. Seattle time, we offer some unique experiences. Fridays are for relaxation and interconnection. We zen our way into the weekend and unwind with guided meditation or yoga nidra asana, tapping into your inner magic and bringing that magical life into your yoga practice. Saturday evenings, brace yourself for Bitch and Witch Angry Veteran Rants. I will be tackling current events that spark my passionate opinions, offering perspectives and suggestions for positive change.